Just waiting to see if you can actually hear me. Anything? Nothing. Oh wait. Just tell us if you can hear us, because we're just having a little technical panic. You can hear us. Fabulous. So, welcome. As you can probably tell, this is my very first ever live, and I'm trying the technology out for the first time. Terribly nervous, but here we go. So, I'm Carol, and since August, I've been working on my health, and sort of sharing that journey through YouTube, through Facebook, and I've got loads of plans and things to show you today about what's going to happen going forwards. So, a little history lesson, but before I do, I'd really like to get your questions in the chat. Feel free to chat to each other in the chat. I've got Natalie here who will pass on things to me, and we'll get started. So, I'm Carol. I turned 50 in October, but back in August I had a heart scare, obviously mid-pandemic, trip to hospital, which wasn't ideal, and it was finally enough to make me wake up and sort my health out. Obviously I was well aware that the pandemic was bad for people at my weight, and that weight was 136 kilos, 300 pounds, or a BMI of 48, which is just ridiculous. So I started out with addressing it through food. I did go to the doctor, and he recommended Weight Watchers, and I'm happy to talk about why I didn't do that. And so I went it alone. Now for me, calorie counting works great, doesn't work for everybody, and it can become problematic, and certainly there's been times when I've not done this very healthily at all. So when I started out, I really didn't have my mind on weight loss. I just wanted to cut my sugars. So at that point I don't sleep very well, and so at that point I was eating pretty much all night, and I was eating sweets. I was eating salt and vinegar crisps, cakes, all that kind of stuff, and my consumption was just insane and was ridiculous. And so I started out switching those sweets and things for plain crackers and fruit. Now in reality the calories were too high still, but that was the stepping stone, and the whole journey really from the middle of August to middle of September was about doing it gradually, one step at a time, taking it slowly. I wasn't anywhere near at the level I am now in terms of the weight loss consumption, but I did it very slowly, very gradually. Sorted the nights out first, and then moved on, and again we can talk about that. And then I would say from sort of mid-September onwards, it's just been that gradual learning curve. Now, as I said, it wasn't the best way, and there's been times when I've lost way too much weight in one go, and some of that is about the exercise I do, and others is just because I wanted to get the weight down quick to be able to do more in the chair. It was a bit of a vicious cycle, and it's something that I'm still working on addressing right now. Anyway, so that was the weight loss, and again, ask anything you like about that. I'm completely open. I don't diet. It's all about things that I do now and I plan to do going forward. It's not like I'm going to get to the end, hit the target weight, it's a healthy weight, and then stop and do something else. I'm just going to carry on, but just keep adjusting how much I actually eat. So that's kind of the food side, and then the exercise side is the one that I find incredible. I really still don't get my head around it properly. So I've been a power chair user for around 17 years. I've raised 2 children as a power chair user. and at that time I've needed hoisting, I've needed feeding, I've needed people to hold drinks because I wasn't strong enough to do so. And the whole time the medical message has always been that a manual wheelchair is not a practical thing. I've never had a NHS manual wheelchair. I have got and had an NHS power chair, but it was always considered that an electric wheelchair was not a viable option for me. So we got to September and I wanted to have a go at moving. So I just started and it was just kind of ridiculous like this. 20 reps of that and that was about it. But that could then be built on with YouTube videos and the like. And then came the hard decision, and it was to decide whether or not to get a manual. Not cheap, this kind of a manual, and I've had to modify it quite a bit to work with my hands and things like that. And so it's even a second hand, it's an investment. Anyway, we did. Chris would take me to the park, I'd wheel about a bit and he'd bring me home. But that was the beginning. And as silly as this sounds, from Chris taking me to the park and me wheeling about a bit to me doing my first marathon, there was no big steps, it wasn't a big thing. So it was just gradual the whole way. And so that was it. So I did that and I took on board a YouTuber who says harder than last time. So how hard should I go at the gym? How hard should I go running? And harder than last time. And I took that a bit too far. So come February, I was out in the ice, snow, wind, the Pennine Hills, and I injured my shoulder. And I'm still coming back from that. So I've still not yet done a full marathon again. I have done several half marathons. My speed is much better than it was before the injury. I'm stronger than before the injury, but I have still got that limitation right now. I guess the message from me is get the advice of professionals. I did have a PT. I've now used a physio. I will be using a sports massage person. I don't know what the word is. And so I think that's really important. I think the fact that I went to the doctor was really important, and that I used those resources as effectively as I could. I do want to stress that I have not done this in the best way, and I have not been the expert at all. And I don't want people to see me and what I'm doing and think they should copy. You should always get the advice. So that's where we're up right now. That's got you up to date. In terms of the big plans, we are going to do Hadrian's Wall in the summer. We are going to do the Great North Run. And more immediately, I do virtual challenges. And yesterday, my biggest medal came. I've done several smaller ones, but I've also done, not Hadrian's Wall, I've also done John O'Groats Land's End, and here it is. It's finally come. So that's 1,080 something miles since the 10th of October. And there's, I can't do it, and there is the gorgeous medal. And so because I enjoy these virtual challenges so much, we have created an April challenge for people to join us to work within your own ability. We're not going to advise you what's safe for you, but to do 30 somethings, 30 miles, 30 half miles, 30 sets of 10 wall push-ups, 30 up and down the stairs, whatever is a challenge for you within the month, but within your safe exercise ability. We're inviting you to join us. There's a link to the group in the description for this video, I hope. I'd really love you to join us. Natalie has made us the most beautiful medal, and if you look, 1 second, we have the design done and ready, and that shouldn't be on screen. We have the design done and ready, and that will be getting printed extremely soon. And it's April themed, and so come and join us, come and join the group. It's completely free to join. If you do want the medal, we will be recouping the costs, plus a little bit to go to the charities, because I'm constantly raising money for charities, and that is Young Minds and Diabetes UK. And again, links in the description. So come and join us. If you want the medal, then you're welcome to it. But that's that. So that's challenge number 1 for people to get involved in. Sorry about the laptop. And challenge number 2 for people to get involved in is for me to do 12 miles in 12 hours. So 1 mile on the hour, every hour, visiting a different business, locally run business, so that I'll stay there, have my rest. I'll invite the owner to be interviewed on camera, to tell us about their service, tell us about their accessibility. If they wish to, they'll be able to take the camera around their premises to show us what they offer. And then on the next hour, I'll be off to the next one. So I'll be fundraising for the charities, and I'll also be trying to showcase some of the great businesses that we've got in Carlisle. So that's 2 great challenges, both of which there's information for you, both in the description on Facebook and on the absolutely brand new spanking William and Family website. So there's everything's on there that we've got at the moment, access to the group, aspects of Facebook, videos, some new blog posts, invitations to contact me if you're a local business and want to get involved. You don't have to be a cafe or pub. If you're a shop and you're able to provide some outdoor seating space, then I invite you as well. It's literally just for any local business that wants to be involved, get a little bit of extra exposure, and support us by being there. So the website, I am so proud of this. So yeah, we've got my story, progress so far, links to the charities, links to the videos, blog posts. I'm so proud, I'm so happy. Natalie's done an amazing job on the artwork and on the website. Couldn't have done this. Amazing. So, do we have questions, please? We got any? Not yet. Come on, guys. Tell me what you want to know. So in terms of Percy comes on some runs. He doesn't come when I'm going hard. So if I'm going for a time, if I'm going for a very long distance, if I'm going on roads a lot, he doesn't come. But on the general riverbank, which you've probably noticed in videos I do a lot, riverbank park runs, he tends to come and run off lead with me and absolutely loves it. He's banished to the other room while I do this video, and Neil's snoring. Right, have we got something?
Lana has asked, how many calories do you eat a day at the moment, if you don't mind her asking?
Don't mind you asking, and good question. A difficult one. At the moment, as of last week, it was 1,200. I'd cut them down because I wasn't getting the exercise while I recovered. I'm in the process of putting them back up. I'm trying to do it a little bit carefully. So I'm around about 12, 13, 1,400. Again, distance depending. So if I'm pushing really hard, I eat more. If I'm really hungry, I eat. I have reached a point now where I know that I'm hungry. I eat, in terms of what I eat protein at every meal. I eat plenty of veggies. I'm not doing any of the diets like keto, but I do naturally eat fewer carbs just because of getting the calories in and the nutrition in. I do use protein shakes, but again, carefully, and only to supplement really where it is. So yeah, I guess the answer is probably 13 to 1400. Was 1200, wasn't enough, but at the point where I was pretty much resting all the time, it was. My BMR has always been a bit, so the amount of calories I burn at rest has always been really, really low. It's always been a problem. I've always had metabolism issues, so that's why I push so hard on the exercise.
I've got another question from James. He asks, do you ever have cheat days or are you super strict?
Neither. So no, I don't cheat because I'm not on a diet. So I do eat KFC and I do eat Nando's, but I put them in the calorie count, and if I go over, doesn't really matter. It's always about the average over the week, the month, the year. So if you're eating fewer calories than you burn over a period of time, you lose weight. And it's that simple, and so I don't feel the need to think of it as cheats. If I wanted some cake, I would have it. We had cake on the way home from my COVID injection. Get injections, folks. So we had cake on the way home that day. We've had KFC last week. It's not very often, but it fits within the thing, and I carry on losing.
Fab. Jemima has asked, how do you motivate yourself?
So in the beginning, it was just the medical shock, the medical shock of the bad health. Now I would say it's a mixture of, it's a routine, it's a habit. I should have been running today, but we've been doing the website, and so I didn't. But it's a habit. If I feel restless if I don't go, I exercise 5 days a week, and if I don't, then it's the habit. So it's about having your setup, having your things in view. So you get the visual cues that now it's time to go for a run. It's trying to go at the time that you need to go, and the same with meals. So I would say the quicker I got from motivation to habit, the more sustainable it was. So it's not so much motivation now as habit and just straightforward discipline. You know, you have to go to work every day. I don't, but you go to work every day, you go to uni every day, and it's the same kind of thing. You do it because it's your routine and because it's what you've got to do. And I love it.
We've got Book and Rue Fitzgerald. When you feel like a treat amongst your healthy eating, what do you have?
If I'm really staying healthy, it's yogurt. Yogurt, strawberries, blueberries, and then a banana. But a banana is more, I'm really tired and I need to get something in quick. So I'll have a banana before I go out. I'll have one when I get back. But yeah, it's mainly fat-free yogurt and honey. And then on the times when I want to at night, then it'll be a KFC.
Suzanne says, congratulations on losing £100. How far is that towards your end goal?
Thank you. So it's 2/3. So my first end goal is to lose £150, which is exactly half my weight, half my starting weight. Whether I carry on a little bit past that, I'm not sure. That is the top end of healthy. Is there at that point? I will be talking to the doctor again. I've one issue that I've got that would never stop me in a million years. It would never stop. But the good old NHS will have my in terms of fat for my body shape and the like once I'm down there. but there's no point worrying about that yet. So yeah, I'm 2/3 of the way. It's been 7 months. I'm expecting this next third to take longer than the 2/3 took. So I'm not expecting to be done within a year, but I'm hoping to be reasonably close by the time I'm 12 months in.
Jane?
It's not the exercise, because I honestly, it can be hard to go out, particularly because it's just been winter, but once I've gone down the road, that's it, I'm in the zone, I don't want to come home. I would say there has been times when the food's over, but now it just comes and goes, and like I said, I eat if I'm hungry. I would say the really hard thing is making myself do weights. Really don't enjoy it, find it boring, hate the having to rest between sets. But equally I need it because shoulder health, arm health and hand health. So shoulder injury, I've also injured this hand. My hands have never been good. My wheelchair's currently damaged, so at the moment I'm having to wheel open-handed until the new chunky foot came. So I would say it's weights. It's just the discipline of weights is the hard one because I don't like it.
Lana has asked, what is your plan for when you've reached your goal and no longer want to lose weight but just maintain your weight?
So because all I'm doing is eating fewer calories, it won't change that much. So I'll no doubt have more interesting meals. So because sauces are just so calorie laden, that I'll be able to afford to have more meals of things that have got sauces in. So I guess that will change a bit. I'll no doubt eat more carbs, but then the more I move from messing about in a wheelchair to pushing hard, the more carbs I need anyway, so that's already happening. So I guess the plan really will be to keep pushing the exercise, to increase the calories, but to stay on the same kind of eating, but just increase it. Is that it? So, have we any more? I mean, this is the first go, and I really loved it. I absolutely loved it. Please subscribe to the channel. Please hit the bell. I know it's a YouTuber thing, but it does help. I am trying to create a community, sort of a wheelie mum family. Hence the challenge, hence things that I'm not ready to announce yet, but will be coming in down the pipeline. I'm doing some studying that I hope to then be able to benefit this community that I'm creating. So please do join the community and see where we go from here. Have we anything else? No, right, well, thanks ever so much for coming. I hope this is recorded, and if it has, it'll be on the channel. I'm honestly a complete novice to this. Yes, I've made quite a few YouTube videos through the dogs and through this, but this is the first time I've done anything like this. So hopefully it's gone live. Thanks for coming, and we will see you in the next one. And hopefully Natalie will now disconnect us.